You were not yet born, when you were already the most powerful being in the world. In order to prevent your parents from thinking you were an anomaly, you planned to be born and spend time with them as an ordinary person. But the moment your parents gave you a name, your natural enemy had already changed, and the golden list had been born. Even while you were still in your mother's womb, you were exposed to the world. The Hongmen Golden List will announce a list every 3 years. And this time it is the cultivation list that will be announced. The higher the cultivation level, the higher the ranking. Only the top 100 will be announced. And those on the list will receive rich rewards. At this moment, no movie monster can escape. They have all been exposed by the golden list. Some people even discovered that monsters who have been dead for tens of thousands of years are still alive. And their cultivation bases have also improved a lot. Until the Hongmen Golden List was opened. Now, the 100th place is announced. 100th place Chen Mingjiao, nicknamed Downless Immortal. Reward for the realm of Holy King, a wisp of innate immortal air. With the exposure of the Golden List, 100th place. Everyone in the immortal realm in the city can hear the innate immortal air. The Holy King realm is only 100th place. How strong must the people above be? This is a bit exaggerated, isn't it? 100th place, the God of Wealth King. But it's normal when you think about it. It's normal for so many people to be hidden tigers. I'm really envious of my Golden Dawn realm. It seems that being in the top 100 for the rest of my life is already a long shot. When they heard that 100th place was the Holy King realm, everyone was shocked. The Holy King realm is already a very unfamiliar realm. Many people spend their entire lives and are unable to reach the Holy King realm. Some people are born with a super strong holy body and can easily reach the realm of the Holy King through cultivation in the future. Another Zizhou, one of the 3,000 great states, an old man slowly opened his eyes and looked at the Hongmen Golden List in surprise. It turned out to be a fairy lord. Fairy Chen 100th place can get such a good reward. Then I, the ancestor of the purple blood, can't get an even better award. Innate Fairy Chair, if I can get it, I'm confident that I can enter a higher realm. He was very confident in himself, because he was in the realm of the great emperor. As far as he knew, there were emperors or above. There are at most 10 people, out of hundreds of billions of people. Only 10 are emperors or above, so he is sure to get the ranking prize from the previous century. On the other side, in a secret room of a sect in Hangzhou, an old man who looked as skinny as a skeleton heard the sound of the golden list and instantly opened his eyes. I didn't expect that I would become famous to the point of faking death and retreating for so many years. And yet I was exposed by this so-called Hongmen Golden List. The old man spoke in surprise. What exactly is this Hongmen Golden List? He faked his death and went into retreat hundreds of years ago, and secluded himself in the dark room of his own sect to practice, thinking about breaking through to the level of sage and then going out. Unexpectedly, he was exposed by the Golden Python. However, after hearing the reward, he was ecstatic. Innate immortal energy is actually such a treasure. Once I receive the reward, I will definitely be able to break through to sage. Then I can seek revenge from that old guy. He was so famous that he gnashed his teeth. His chest kept rising and falling. The reason he secluded himself was because he was seriously injured, and his lifespan plummeted. Thinking about going into seclusion to break through to sage, and then going to take revenge after restoring his strength, unexpectedly, this Hongmen Jinban gave him a trace of innate immortal energy. With this immortal energy, he will definitely be able to break through to the level of sage. A trace of innate immortal energy. The entire Shuanshan immortal realm was in an uproar. This is a peerless treasure. Anyone who obtains it can break through their cultivation. Even a divine emperor can greatly increase their strength. Only 100th place can receive such a generous reward. Then the rewards behind it must be even more generous. Everyone could not help but start to look forward to it. Then the 99th place was quickly revealed. 99th place Lish 1, Saint King Realm. Reward, 2 strands of innate immortal air. After hearing the reward, everyone was shocked and amazed. It's the Saint King, who has an additional strand of innate immortal air. This is too good. If I could get it, I would definitely be able to quickly break through to the stage of crossing the tribulation. It's the Saint King. Why is the reward so different? A strand of immortal air can make a big difference. If I become famous, I'm afraid I'll be overjoyed. The exposure was quick, as each name was revealed. But when the 90th name was revealed, many people were shocked. The 90th name Yu. nicknamed the all-powerful Demon King Holy King Realm, was rewarded with 10 strands of innate immortal air, plus the supreme innate treasure. What surprised everyone wasn't the reward, but the name and nickname of this person. Didn't this person die hundreds of years ago? How did he appear on the golden list? Can someone who has fallen also appear on the golden list? But what's the point of getting this reward? Can't you figure it out? It must be that he didn't die, and is now exposed on the golden list. Is that true? The Demon King of Tongshan has killed many people. He is now in Taizhou. I don't know how many people want to kill him. They have been looking for him for hundreds of years. I thought he was dead, but now I see that he is not dead. Those people will definitely not let it go. And on the other side, in Taizhou, as everyone said, the Demon King of Tongshan has enemies. One of the sacred grounds in Taizhou is the Luoqia sacred ground. After hearing this name, the head of the sacred ground became furious. Damn, this Demon King of Tongshan is still alive. I thought he was already dead. No wonder I couldn't find him after searching for hundreds of years. The Patriarch was furious. The aura of the Supreme Sage instantly spread out. It scared the surrounding elders into trembling. They naturally knew why the Patriarch was so angry. It was because the Supreme Sage had killed his wife and child. That's why he was so furious. Come, continue searching for the Supreme Sage's whereabouts for me. I have cultivated for hundreds of years. I have broken through to the level of Supreme Sage. Now I can finally take my revenge. And in Chenzhou, not far from Taizhou, a middle-aged man hiding in a cave heard the sound of the golden list and immediately realized the seriousness of the situation. Well, no, I've been discovered. This golden list has even been exposed. I can't stay here for long. Tongshan Demon King Jin muttered to himself. He had hidden for hundreds of years and thought that the plan was flawless. But now it has been exposed on the golden list. Those enemies will definitely come looking for him. Now that his cultivation has not yet been completely restored, he cannot fight those people head-on. After he obtains the primordial air of the Shilling, he no longer needs to hide because of the Tongshan Demon King. Many people already know that the golden list of the primordial chaos can be exposed. Everyone, whether they fake death or use concealment techniques, under his nose, none of it worked. And you, who are still in your mother's womb, after learning about this, know that this golden list will definitely expose you. Even people who escaped by faking death can be found out. Then you must also be able to do it while you're still in your mother's womb. Unexpectedly, I have to become famous before I'm even born. But no one should suspect it's a child's head, right? 89th place, Zhijiawei, the Holy Revered One. A wisp of primordial purple air as a reward. Primordial purple air is actually such a treasure. This is a good treasure. This Zhijiawei must lose to him. His Holiness Zhirong estimated that he could break through to the level of Quasi Emperor Jingguomen. A wisp of primordial purple air as a reward for 89th place. Everyone was shocked, and even more looked forward to the rewards that followed. And more people were wondering who exactly invented this Hongmen Jinbai. He can even come up with such a treasure as primordial purple air. It's too generous and heroic. As you hear name after name being announced, you get a little tired of it. And then you take back the spirit stone and get ready for bed. Slowly you fall into a beautiful dream. 50th place, Liu Shimen, Holy Sage, is rewarded with 10 strands of the purple air of the Hongmen and the low-grade heavenly treasure. The bottom 50 have all been announced, and it's only Holy Sage level 1. This makes many people feel like they're one step away. No way. Are there really only so few former emperors or great emperors? It's already 50th place, and it's still the Holy Lord. I'm afraid that only those rank 30th or below are quasi-emperors. Do you really think that becoming an emperor is that easy? Without tens of thousands of years of cultivation, how can one become an emperor? Every former emperor has blazed a bloody trail by killing their way to the top, and they have to be able to withstand loneliness. The road to becoming an emperor is anything but easy. Over the past tens of thousands of years, there have only been a few former emperors who have become world famous. Just thinking about those former emperors makes the crowd a little excited. I wonder which of those former emperors is the number one. On the other side, in the dragon state of the Dragon Nation, the capital city, Dragon Aoshin sat on a dragon throne made of dragon bones and looked at the golden list of the primordial chaos. With a faint smile, it was really interesting that the golden list could expose everyone's cultivation. Dragon Aoshin's mouth curled up slightly, and he laughed faintly. Usually, people above the level of a holy king often like to conceal their cultivation, or have extremely powerful cultivation concealment techniques that others simply cannot see through. Just like him, who is the heavenly emperor, no one can see through his cultivation, because he possesses the strongest concealment technique in history, the concealment technique. But now this golden list seems to be able to discern his cultivation level. Otherwise, it would not have announced everyone's cultivation level. I wonder where I would rank as a celestial emperor, and what reward I can get. Time passed little by little, until nightfall. The Hongman Golden List announced a total of 70 people. Until the final 30th place was still the respect of the saints, and has not yet been announced. But surprisingly, after the 30th place, the Hongman Golden List was gone. Today is the end. The top 30 will be announced tomorrow. It's just over like that. It's confusing. It's just gone. That's too hasty. I thought it would be announced in full. I'm speechless. Can't it just end? Why have to keep us in suspense? There are still 70 people who haven't reached the level of Quasi Divine. This is too difficult. Haha, you have to know. Between the Holy Lord and the Quasi Divine, there is a big ditch. This is the watershed. Those who break through the Quasi Divine are destined to be the same as the heavens. I'm still very curious. Dragon Emperor, Cold Emperor, and Demon, Tiger Emperor, these three are the strongest immortals. Who would rank first? These three immortals are the most famous and terrifying among the immortals. To single out the Dragon Emperor, he once fought against 10,000 enemies and killed 10,000 saints in anger. There were also two Quasi-Emperors among them, but he killed them all without any effort. So everyone is eager to see which three immortals will be able to take first place. The next morning, Mr. Zeligia stroked your belly, and you slowly opened your eyes. You had slept a full night. A new day had come for the host. Did you log in? Upon hearing this, you instantly woke up. Inside, you said, yes, I logged in. You successfully logged in and were rewarded with full training and reading skills. From now on, you are the new master of training and reading. In an instant, countless pieces of knowledge flooded into your mind like the sea. You quickly mastered countless methods of refining poisons, and all the poisons in the world. After a while, you slowly opened your eyes and exclaimed, this poison refining is really profound. What colorless and odorless poison? What poison that makes people go berserk just by smelling it? What poison that makes people go crazy? It's simply a must for our year. This check-in system is really awesome. How is my wife? Is the baby in her stomach okay? At this time, the voice of the father Li Qingshan sounded outside. Nothing's wrong. It's doing great. Qing smiled and gently stroked the belly. That's good. I'll have someone go make a big bone soup right now. Li Kuaxingtia laughed and walked out, ordering the servant to go make a big bone soup. In addition to allowing the pregnant woman to get better, the biggest effect of big bone soup is on the baby. It can make the baby's constitution better. Just as you were still using your spiritual awareness to look at the outside world, a new maid walked in. You are Moqing, looking at the new maid with confusion. Shang Biankong asked Wen Ye. You were also looking at that maid. You saw almost everyone in the Li family yesterday, but this maid is a complete stranger. This can't help but make you suspicious. Madam, I am the new maid. The head of the household just told me to make you a tonic soup. The boss is here. The maid bowed her head and spoke. Moqing was puzzled, but still nodded. Put it on the table. Yes, madam. Drink it while it's hot, or it will lose its effect, the maid said in a special way. Put down the tonic soup, and closed the door and walked out. Moqing did not immediately get up to drink it, while you looked at the bowl of tonic soup. And after a glance, you were instantly shocked. This is broken fetus powder, and it is the strongest kind, familiar with all poisons. I can tell at a glance what is in this tonic soup. Apart from that broken fetus powder, everything else is a magic medicine or insect. If you remove this broken fetus powder, it would definitely be a deadly poison, but it is not anymore. It is poison soup. Who is the other party? Why would they do such a vicious thing? They wanted to put you to death. Just then, Moqing slowly got up and walked step by step towards the bowl of bone soup. Just when it was a matter of life and death, the voice rang out in his head. Don't drink it if you don't want to. The moment the voice rang out, Moqing felt like he had been struck by lightning. He couldn't even hold the bowl in his hands, and it fell straight to the ground. It exploded with a loud noise. The tonic soup spilled all over the floor. The sound also alerted all the servants outside. One maid after another hurriedly ran in, except for the maid who had brought the soup. "What's wrong, my lady? Are you okay, my lady?" When the servants saw the tonic soup spilled on the ground and the bowl broken to pieces, Mo Qing stood there with a dazed expression, and they were instantly scared out of their wits. 7 flop. This is the head of the family. If anything happens to my lady, they will all have to pay with their heads. So scared, the servants hurriedly helped Mo Qing to the bed, and then sent someone to inform the head of the family. Before long, Li Qingshan appeared out of thin air beside Mo Qing, with a worried expression, grabbed Mo Qing's hand, and began to use spiritual equipment to probe the situation inside Mo Qing's body, and let out a sigh of relief after confirming that everything was fine. "How are you? What happened?" Li Qingshan asked anxiously. Mo Qing didn't say anything, but glanced at the servants, and Li Qingshan immediately understood. "You all go out now." Before long, Li Qingshan appeared out of thin air beside Mo Qing, with a worried expression, grabbed Mo Qing's hand, and began to use spiritual equipment to probe the situation inside Mo Qing's body, and let out a sigh of relief after confirming that everything was fine. "How are you? What happened?" Li Qingshan asked anxiously. Mo Qing didn't say anything, but glanced at the servants, and Li Qingshan immediately understood. "You all go out now." "Yes, the enemies all left and closed the door. No one is here." "Go ahead and say it," Li Qingshan continued. "My dear, I just heard the voice of our son." Mo Qing was both scared and overjoyed, and said, "Are you hearing things? The baby hasn't even been born yet." Li Qingshan frowned and said doubtfully, "Wait. Fortune-enhancing syrup." Li Qingshan frowned tightly and looked at the tonic syrup on the ground, as he walked over step by step and crouched down to gently touch the tonic syrup and sniff it in front of his nose. Suddenly, his face changed drastically, and then he suddenly stood up. The tonic syrup had actually been spiked with fetus-breaking powder. Who was so vicious as to add fetus-breaking powder to the tonic syrup that Madam wanted to drink? This was going to break his son's color, dead feud without heaven and earth. Upon hearing the news, Mo Qing's face suddenly changed, instantly turning pale. There was actually broken fetus powder in it. If he drinks it, the child in his stomach will think of this. His hands, which were trembling with fear, pressed on his stomach, and he smiled in relief. Fortunately, the child is fine. Otherwise, he will regret it for the rest of his life. "Rotten bastard! Who delivered the tonic soup today?" Li Qingshan flew into a rage, ranting loudly. The door instantly opened wide. The servants outside one after the other ran in. They all fell to their knees in a panic. The tonic was brought in by a new maid. "He said you arranged it." One maid timidly spoke up. "Who is it?" Li Qingshan roared. Everyone looked at each other. In the end, the maid shook her head in horror. He seems to be gone." Upon hearing this, everyone understood. Someone had infiltrated the Li family and attacked the matriarch. Upon hearing this, Li Qingshan became even more furious. He wanted to kill all these servants to quell his anger. Just then, a young child's voice suddenly rang in his head. "Father, that maid hasn't gone far. She's 50 kilometers away under a big tree on the right. Go catch her quickly." Your words appeared again, interrupting Li Qingshan. Li Qingshan's mouth curled up, and he spoke with a sneer sound. "Don't worry, your old man is a master of the martial arts." As soon as he finished speaking, Li Qingshan's figure disappeared. He could teleport thousands of miles in an instant. Can teleport thousands of miles in a matter of seconds. Not long after, Li Qingshan returned, and in his hands he was carrying a woman. "Who told you to poison me?" Li Qingshan asked coldly. Upon hearing this, the woman's body trembled violently. Her eyes revealed disbelief. "How did you know?" Soon, he saw the large puddle of blood on the ground. His pupils suddenly contracted violently. "Impossible! How did you find me?" "I have been working on this plan for so long, only by infiltrating the Li family. Do I have the opportunity to place a bet?" "Who told you to do it?" Li Qingshan grabbed the woman by the neck and said coldly, "Dream on. I won't tell you." The woman looked at Li Qingshan coldly, as if her eyes held a sea of hatred. Someone dragged him to the torture chamber and questioned him severely to see if he would still be stubborn. Li Qingshan shouted coldly, "Yes." A few manservants hurriedly stood up and dragged the woman away. After the woman was taken away, Li Qingshan drove away all the servants and sat quietly next to Mo Qing. "What's wrong?" Mo Qing looked at Li Qingshan with concern and asked, "I just heard my son's voice too." Classical Chinese. Mo Qing's face brightened with joy, and she quickly spoke. "You see, I told you, my son can speak." What did he say to you? Li Qingshan then told her what he had just heard. And his own guesses. How is that possible? How could my son be the reincarnation of the demon god? Mo Qing was shocked and quickly covered her stomach, for fear that Li Qingshan, in a moment of impulse, and killed the baby in your belly. Even you inside the belly are confused. How can I be the reincarnation of the demon god? You look confused. You inexplicably got the name demon god. Whole soul searching is a taboo in the Shuanshan immortal realm. Anyone who uses it will be treated as a demon cultivator. After hearing the system's explanation, you suddenly understand. It seems that you have to find a reasonable explanation. Otherwise, if your parents treat you as a demon cultivator, that would be a miscarriage of justice. Li Qingshan cursed and frowned. No other child. How could he know about the existence of soul search technique at birth? This is too exaggerated, isn't it? Apart from the reincarnation of a demon god, he can't think of any other possibility. Father Qing, I'm not the reincarnation of a demon god. At this time, your voice rang in the minds of the two of them. Li Qingshan immediately looked at Mo Qing's stomach. His brows tightened even more. Who the hell are you? Father, I'm your son. Except that I was able to cultivate more than 10 days ago. Then I used the magic stone to look around. And I happened to hear the ancient Chinese text for the soul search spell. Li Qingshan was shocked. Mo Qing was the same. He had already started cultivating more than 10 days ago. What kind of peerless genius is this? After many children are born, they can't start cultivating for another week or two. But their son was already able to cultivate while still in the womb. What is your current cultivation level? Li Qingshan asked hurriedly. The you inside the belly was silent. You can't just say your cultivation level is the heavenly realm. No one would believe it if you said that. Who has a child in the womb that is already at the heavenly realm? Isn't that pure evil? After all, this is the highest realm in the Shuanshan immortal realm. Zhenjiang, you casually mentioned a realm that is both conservative and not very exaggerated. Upon hearing this, Li Qingshan and Mo Qing both stared in amazement and looked at their stomachs in surprise. Their son is actually in the womb and is already a Zhenjiang. This is simply a peerless genius. Ha ha ha, I never thought that my Li family would ever produce such a talent. Wu Long has the bearing of the earth. Li Qingshan suddenly looked up and laughed out loud. His son has already reached the realm of the golden elixir even before birth. What will he be like after birth? I never thought his descendants would be so strong. Thinking about this, Li Qingshan not only felt confident, but also that the young master's pen would begin in 3 years. Although his son will only be 3 years old in 3 years, he will have no problem reaching the realm of the golden elixir. The position of family head will still be my descendants. Son, you rest well first. Son, you rest well first. Father will personally make you a big bomb soon. Let you cultivate even faster. Okay, father. Son, can you hear your mother? Mother patted her stomach and said lovingly, Mother is so good in that case. Mother can chat with you every day. Mo Qing was very happy that his son could chat with him in the womb, which no other mother could do. Subsequently, Li Lan and Mo Qing chatted casually. For about an hour, the Hongman Jinban appeared again. Countless people in the entire city looked up at the Hongman Jinban, anticipating the next person to be listed. The top 30 will be announced this time. The heavenly secrets cannot be revealed. The rewards for the top 30 will not be announced. The rewards will be distributed together after the list is over. 29th place Luotia. Nickname: Dragon Demon Emperor Quasi-Emperor Realm Luotia. I know this one, a Quasi-Emperor is only 29th place. Then aren't all the people on the internet Quasi-Emperors? Or above, at this time, at the Luo family ancestral home in Luozhou. In a hint, Luotia was sitting in meditation in it. Hearing his name, he was very surprised at the Hongmen Jin and Gongbu. I am only 29th place. Luotia couldn't believe it. He had cultivated for tens of thousands of years to reach the level of a quasi-emperor. And there were 28 people who were even more powerful than him. Those great emperors or immortal emperors must be more powerful than him. But the other quasi-emperors were even more powerful than him. This made him a little angry. He wanted to see who was above him. 28th place Gami is ready to compete. Hearing this name, Luotia became even more furious. How is this Gami thing more powerful than me? Luotia felt incredible. Of course he knew this Gami. He was at the next table. The two have been rivals for a long time, and spy every day. He has been able to win Gami every time. But this time, he is below him. This is unreasonable. Now, I have to go find Lao Ga and fight again. one name after another was announced. Until the 15th place, it was still a quasi-emperor. This is already more than a dozen quasi-emperors. And there are still so many great emperors and former emperors that have not been announced. The crowd could not help but look forward to it. There are only 20 or so quasi-emperors. You are internally doubtful. You still thought there would be a lot of quasi-emperors. But now it seems that there are only 20 or so quasi-emperors, emperors, and former emperors combined. It seems that the quasi-emperor level and above is indeed an extremely wide gap. I wonder where he will rank. At least he is in the top 3 of the world and sky realms. Don't worry, host, the system rewards according to the strongest realm. Although it is the world and sky realm, it is also the perfection of the world and sky. You must take first place. Upon hearing this, you grin. It seems that you must be able to take first place. I just don't know if whether or not his parents would become suspicious. 14th place, Devil Dragon. Nickname, Devil Dragon Demon Emperor, Great Emperor Realm. When the name Devil Dragon spread throughout the world was shocked. There is actually a demon emperor. Which emperor is this? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. It could be an old hermit demon. Our human race is in danger. 13th place, Purple Blood. Nickname, Purple Blood Ancestor, Great Emperor Realm. 13th place is still in the Great Emperor Realm. This one doesn't seem like the Black Dragon. This Purple Blood Ancestor is well known to many people because he is notoriously cruel. Because he likes to suck all kinds of blood to enhance his cultivation. Damn, this old thing is still alive. I don't know where he is hiding. He hasn't appeared for hundreds of years. I remember when he disappeared, wasn't he an associate emperor? How did he become a great emperor? 12th place, awesome ghostly ancestor of the dark. With the announcement of 12th place, countless people were shocked. Staring at the homemade golden list in the sky, they all gasped in surprise. What? The 12th place on the Great Emperor Realm list is the Great Emperor. There were only 2 quasi-emperors. Something's wrong. There were many quasi-emperors before, right? Why are there only 2 now? Goodness. I wonder why there were so few quasi-emperors. It turns out that they have broken through. I'm really jealous. HMM, where is Zhishan the Immortal? I remember that he was also a quasi-emperor. I saw him 100 years ago. Why wasn't his name announced? Gradually, some people noticed something was wrong. There were many fewer quasi-emperors than had been announced. Some suspected that the names of those who had not been announced were either those who had broken through to the Great Earth Realm or had fallen. The Zhishan person was an exception. He was the exclusive person of the ancient family of the Magi. Exclusive, the Mojo exclusive family and elders gathered together. They all saw the Hongmen Jinbang rankings. At this time, they were worried. What to do now? I guess everyone knows that our ancestor has already fallen. An elder sparked with concern. The ancestor he was referring to was the Zhishan person. The quasi-emperor, the ancestor, 8 years ago. Because he practiced evil techniques and went mad and died of his own accord, telling all the family members that no one was allowed to go out during this period of time, and that we had to be vigilant. The head of the poisonous family spoke coldly. But just then, a voice resounded throughout the poisonous family. Everyone in the poisonous family come out. You are all going to die. Your ancestor has already fallen. Today is your day of sacrifice. Everyone was shocked and hurriedly looked outside. It was this glance that caused everyone to fall to the ground. I saw so many people. The heads of the Chen, Lei, and Wang families. They're all here. They're also people we've offended. Now that the ancestors are gone, what are we going to do? Now we either have to admit defeat or fight to the death. We're exclusive, and we're not afraid to die. Let the battle start over there. I'll stand alone. I'd rather die in battle than run away. The family headline he disappeared in place and went out to fight. Seeing this, the other elders also sighed. It seems that today is not long for this world. They didn't run away either. One after the other, they followed the family head out to fight. A major battle was about to break out. On the other side, the 10th place Silent Forest Emperor. The Emperor entered the 9th place, 8th place, 7th place. All announced, it's still the Emperor. Until the 6th place. Finally, the previous Emperor appeared. 6th place Changshan Jinguang. Changshan previous Emperor. The previous Emperor entered finally. It's here. Changshan previous Emperor. The latest breakthrough previous Emperor. But it's been thousands of years. At that time, the entire Shuangshuan city fairy realm was celebrating for him. Soon, the 5th place was announced. 5th place Gukingen. King Glen Immortal Emperor, Immortal Realm. When Gukingen's name was announced, countless people in the Shuanchen Immortal Realm trembled. Their eyes were actually in shock. How could it be that the cold and calm Immortal Emperor was only in 5th place? This is a bit exaggerated, isn't it? Who else is there up there at this time? In the main hall of the Qingzhou King Glen Immortal sect on the other side, a cold and beautiful woman was sitting cross-legged. Ice blue aura and dark energy surrounded her body. Her aura was powerful and terrifying. When she heard the voice of the Hongmen Jinban, she suddenly opened her eyes with a hint of disbelief. I'm only 5th place, cold and confused. Did another great emperor break through on the island? He knew of a total of 4 former emperors, including the previous 1st emperor, the eldest grandson, as well as the true Long Neoshan and Meng Hui, and himself. But now that he saw the Hongmen Jinban announced, he was only 5th place. This shows, apart from the true Long Neoshan and Meng Hui, there are 2 other former emperors. Who on earth could it be? And broke through to the 1st emperor. After knowing that he was 5th, Gu Qing'an was a bit dissatisfied and didn't feel like practicing. He came out into the world and looked up at the Hongmen Jinban. I want to see who is in my IQ Dragon Bite. Gu Qing'an is actually rank 5th. Long Neoshan looked at the Hongmen Jinban and said with doubt he has fought both King Long and Meng Hui. Although he won in the end, it was always a close win. The other two were not weak. I didn't expect Gu Xinglong to be only 5th. In that case, I'm not necessarily number 1, originally. Long Neoshan was very confident in his ranking, either 2nd or 1st. But now I see Gu Qing'an only took 5th place. My confidence has diminished quite a bit. 4th place Li Hao, the former emperor, entered. The Hongmen Jinban was announced again, and he was ranked 4th. But when 4th place was announced, everyone was dumbfounded, because they had never heard of this person. Who is this? I don't know. If there is a breakthrough for the former emperor, there would definitely be signs in the heavens and earth. But why did he not really make a sound? If it wasn't for the Hongmen Jinban, I'm afraid we wouldn't have known about this person. Long Neoshan looked at the Hongmen Jinban and muttered to himself. He had never heard of this name either. It is estimated that the immortal emperor, who was in seclusion to make a breakthrough, has never appeared, and it was only today that he was exposed on the Jinban. What a hidden dragon, indeed. 3rd place Tiger Demon Tiger Immortal Emperor realm. The next second, the Hongmen Jinban announced again, after hearing who came in 3rd place. Long Neoshan's eyes widened. The guy Tiger came in 3rd place. So who came in 2nd place? Was it me or was it someone else? Gu Qing'an on the other side was also shocked. Tiger, who was on the same level as him, came in 3rd place. This is a bit of an exaggeration, isn't it? So who came in 2nd place was Long Neoshan? Or was it a certain former emperor of the movie and television industry? In a cave on one of the continents, countless demons prostrated themselves on the ground. A man sat cross-legged on a throne. He was the Tiger Demon. Tiger Immortal Emperor, a human who grew up among the demons, abandoned by his parents at a young age. He was raised by a Tiger Demon, with his immortal body. He ruled the demon race and could strengthen his cultivation for tens of thousands of years. In the past, he grew to the Immortal Emperor realm. At this time, the man slowly opened his eyes. His eyes were full of disbelief. I'm only in 3rd place. Then where did Long Neoshan rank? It can't be 2nd. Tiger is one cut short. 2nd place Long Neoshan, Long Neluxian Emperor. Shandi Jin when 2nd place was announced. The entire Shuanchen Immortal realm shook. What? Long Neluxian Emperor is only 2nd place. Then who is 1st place? This is impossible. There is definitely something wrong with this Hongmen Jinban. How can Long Neluxian Emperor only be 2nd place? I don't believe it. Who is it? Who is 1st place? How could anyone be stronger than Emperor Long Neo? Boy, I was shocked to see Long Neotia rank 2nd. Even more than he was surprised to be ranked 3rd. Although he didn't want to admit it, Long Neotia was indeed much stronger than him. Undisputedly the 1st, but now he was only 2nd. But he was a little happy. At least it wasn't Long Neotia who ranked 1st. But who was the 1st, able to surpass them all and become the 1st? Was it the previous emperor or the current emperor? The current emperor hadn't appeared for a long time. If he had appeared, they wouldn't have been unaware, because the thunderstorm that breaks through the Sky Emperor is too strong. Unless there is some supreme magic weapon that can shield the thunderstorm. A magic weapon that can shield the sky path. I guess only the chaos magic weapon can do it. I'm only in second place. Long Ocean couldn't believe it. Although he had expected to be in second place. But now that he saw it with his own eyes, he still couldn't believe it. He had a lot of confidence in himself. He had suppressed countless people. He should be in first place. How could that be? Did the Hongman Jinban list go wrong? Or is the first place really very strong? But if he is so strong, how come I've never heard of it? Who is the first place? At this time, everyone in the Shuanshen Immortal Realm looked at the Hongman Jinban together. The next one is the first place. They all look forward to it. At this time, the sky suddenly flashed with lightning and thunder. The thunder roared, and the shadows of gods and demons appeared in the sky, all kneeling in unison before the Hongman Jinban. There were also more than 10 divine beasts roaring at the same time, so loud it was deafening. Everyone covered their ears. In shock at this strange sound in the sky, just the announcement of the first place caused such a strange sound. How strong is it? At that moment, the Hongman Jinban finally announced the name of the first place.